Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Mingy. I'm here with Jeff, Josh, Tom, and Leia. Alas, Michelle's unable to make it with us again. We hope she feels better soon. Poor thing, her back has been acting up. But together we are the Velkyn Weave, and we're here to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you all for joining us. If this is your first time joining the show, thank you very much. Feel free to follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free, supports the show, the cast, and the crew. In addition to being on Twitch, we'll be having our shows uploaded on to YouTube, typically 48 hours later, so you can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. Now, this past weekend, I had an opportunity to talk with Ed Greenwood over on the Lord Grazuma's channel. We talked secret societies of the Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk for about 2 hours. So 12-year-old me was like, for the entire show. But tonight I get to put some wonderful players through their paces, and they're going to put me through my paces, and we're going to have a grand time. And now our announcements. What you got for us, Josh?
Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription, and Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the TGT Discord. Check it out. Tom?
And thank you, Josh. We love you, our community, for your continued support. We'd like to remind new and returning Tavern regulars that you can support our cast and crew by using our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word.
Hello. Humongous thank you to Shard Tabletop for sponsoring this show. You can go to the link in chat to check it out for yourself. It is the place that we here play our 5th edition, and hopefully you will too. You can access the rules, adventures, supplements, and as well, it provides digital tools like character builders and other sheets and maps and all types of items that you can use to run your adventures. It is a great place to play. We think so highly of it. It is the official virtual tabletop of the Games Tavern, so please check it out.
And tonight from overheadgames.com, we are giving away an epic character avatar fantasy starter bundle plus 3 free packs. So type !epic once you see the notice in chat that the raffle is live. You must be a follower to enter and must be present in chat for the staff to contact you if you win. We'll continue to take entries until the end of the stream when we will pick our winner.
Alrighty. With the announcements out of the way, it's time for What Happened Before on Velkyn Weave. Well, you picked a really good time to stop in if you joined us, because we just finished a small arc where the party explored a fallen shrine to S3E25, the Dark Maiden of the Drow. And they got to shift back and forth between the waking world and memory as they were piecing together a sword that was made of a blade, a hilt, and a pommel, and the pieces were scattered through the shrine, some hidden in memories, some hidden in the modern day. Fortunately, I got a group of really clever players that quickly figured out my hilt. That was going to be the tough one, but hats off to you, Josh, on that one. Quickly realizing that was the piece you needed to grab, even before I told you needed to go grab it.
Yay!
The party also overcame my swirl maze and got through to the center to reach the Gem of Trees, where they met Mox from Rocks, who's a huge Zorn who enjoys wordplay and platinum. He considered the tree his personal buffet and was rather hesitant to give it up to the party, but they bribed him with enough platinum veins that he headed off to go see that. The party were able to pluck a pommeled fruit, not a pomegranate, but a pommel fruit of a 5,000 gold piece black sapphire, which was the final piece they needed. And I believe you also got like quite a few other gems from the rest of the buffet.
51, in fact.
Ooh.
It's quite a bit of money.
It is. So you got back to the Forge Shrine, which is at the heart of the shrine, and went back in the past one more time to have those all forged together, where you met the acquisitions manager of the Aboleth, whose name is Chadrith. Chadrith had, you also found that there's more than just Umber Hulks, that the Illithids have been making all sorts of Hulks. They've got Viridian Hulks, and now you've met the Cerulean Hulks. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. What is it, Tom?
Cerulean.
Cerulean Hulks. I always see it printed. Also, I'm a huge Enya fan, so I always see it whenever it pops up. The party got their butts handed them the first time they ran into Charoth, but were able to, because they fell out of memory into the waking world, they were able to reformulate their strategy and go in guns blazing and completely annihilated the Elder Aboleth in less than one round. My poor Elder Aboleth with an AC of 25 and 240 hit points did not get to go.
They met a greater Invis Rangram is what happened.
It got to go the first time. That's not fair.
And I would like to point out I made quite the dent myself.
Yes, I almost
Pew
mentioned that
pew
as
pew
well.
pew.
I'm pretty sure Stagander did way more than I did.
She did a lot.
It was a group effort, like all good D&D games.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, the statue of S3E animated and worked with the memory of the smith, Tyla, I believe her name was, to forge this blade and with the hilt, and then set the pommel to create a brand new sword that glimmers like starlight. And the party fell back into the waking world. And that is where we're going to pick up. Although I did ask them to go ahead and take a long rest here and reset all their hit points and their spells and all the things that happen with a long rest.
Ooh,
With pleasure.
yes, please.
And, however, during this point in time, and Delirious. Delirious is out working with her friends, the stone giants that you rescued from Nope. She has spent so much time working with those stone giants to try to break the corruption that the infernal taint left upon them and to heal them, that she has unlocked a new power of the Book of Exalted Deeds. It now has the power of Miracle Worker, which allows her to cast healing or restorative spells as a ritual spell.
Wow.
As long as the target is less hit dice than she is.
While paying component parts.
Wow.
And this means whenever you catch up with her,
Yeah.
all those giants have been restored.
I think.
Because she can get all of those done, and we'll meet up with them shortly.
I see sainthood in her future.
I mean,
We're getting
in
there.
the future, I was like, there.
And we also added in that the clasp, instead of angel wings that hold the tiny little book closed, because to her it's only yay big, it's a pair of rabbit paws that hold the book closed.
Oh.
However, we do have somebody else that is quite eager to meet you. The sword.
Oh God.
And that's where we're going to pick up tonight.
Good
I'm
luck.
not ready.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
As you're taking your long rest, or as you come back out of the dream, preparing to take your long rest, you hear the sound that almost sounds like stretching. Coming from the sword. That is
I
so
imagine
much better.
Gander drops it if she was holding it. Like she's just like, oh.
Clang, clang, clang.
The sword then stands up on its own, on its tip.
Oh,
Magic sword. Magic sword.
that's quite a trick.
Ooh.
I didn't do it.
Hail and well met to you, Javane.
Oh, they called you that before.
I am glad it was you that was chosen to pick me, chosen to wield me. I am Brat Starsong. This is quite the eclectic group that you have with you.
These are my friends. My name's Gander. Everybody keeps calling me Javane.
That's
But-
because that's your name. Do you go
That's
by
my-
Stagander now?
It's like Stagander is having a visible panic attack. Like, oh god,
This
what
a
is
lot.
happening?
I think the sorry.
Hmm.
That's my
A
name?
Dwarven Thane, judging by his armor. A Surfacer Noble. And the Gnomish Arc Wizard.
Ooh, Arc Wizard. Moving up in the world.
Curiouser and Curiouser, Javan.
Well, we have Rangrim, dwarf
Chant.
fighter, Quentin,
Mm.
Leech Quentin, Call,
Yeesh,
and
Cotton.
this Bob Whizbang.
Or His Grace, as some call me.
He's great.
You're his grace.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Nobody actually calls me that, but
I see.
Deeds were performed, titles were given.
yes.
Well, I see Elisa has chosen wisely then. You will have the best chance of defeating our foes, the sovereignty.
Oh, you know about the sovereignty. I guess you were
Of
there.
course, that is why I was picked to come here
Picked from where?
from the past.
Oh,
Knowledge needed to have been preserved. And this was the best way to get it here, and to provide you aid and assistance as needed.
have you faced such a threat before?
Yes. If you're referring to the evil fish of the deeps,
Yes.
Yes.
they are always always plotting, always conniving. They are quite wroth that they are no longer in charge of everything.
Oh, they're currently attempting to create this thing called a god shield to cut us all. Anybody who draws their power from gods.
Of course they are.
Sorry, God. You don't seem too surprised.
They hate gods. Gods are what set you free.
He did say that gods were meddling.
Yes. Before, the humans were nothing but aboleth scum with a K. It was your collective consciousness, your morality that caused that attracted the gods, that brought them here, or maybe created them. I'm not sure. This is a long time ago, even for our people, right, Siobhan?
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't remember anything about being this Javane.
You were a tunnel scout for us, and you were captured, and we were not able to retrieve you, and we lost contact. We assumed that they had taken you back to their city, but maybe they did something different.
I don't rightfully know. I just remember being in a tunnel. That's where I remember waking up, and then hearing Shandakul's voice.
Who is Shandakul?
The wandering god
Hmm?
of the wind.
Hmm?
Is a surfer god.
Ah, Surfacer God. Okay. And God of Wind?
And travel.
Oh, wind,
Travelers.
travel.
Mm.
Aboleth that mind slave you may have been slain, which would have broken the mental slave enslavement. And if you were slaved for quite a while, it's possible you have great, massive amnesia to block that out.
Does this make her more susceptible to future enslavement?
Not when she wields me.
I like the cut of your jib.
Well, thank you.
Visibly.
You helped picked it out. You did a great job, by the way. I really like this pommel.
Oh, yes.
I can see everything. It's like 360-degree vision.
Oh, yes.
It's making me dizzy, actually. I need to focus.
It is the best type of vision.
To know what is in front as well as what is in back. I just feel
But yes,
little...
if the pathways have been formed to allow the aboleth to enslave you, once you're enslaved, they will find it easier to do so again. Which is where the gods came in, because they provided a defense against this. They were able to break it. Ever wondered why paladins can't be charmed?
I should have been a paladin.
Thought it was just their ego, but
Perhaps some of them. Some of the Dark Song Knights were paladins.
Oh, right, she was a paladin.
And by the statement.
Mm-hmm. So, we are here. Are you ready to go take the war to the aboleth? I'm here to help you in any way possible.
I think that's the plan. That's what we were
Sure.
headed, was this city of glass pools.
Ah. The threshold.
The threshold?
Oh, yes. The Kotoa have long been servants of the deep fish, the
Mhm.
aboleth. Their city guards, if they are doing anything nefarious, they use minions because they don't like fighting. We'll first have to break the city of glass pools.
Mm.
Did you know how to get there?
We have a rough idea. Yeah, we have this map. Oof.
Ah. Takes a look at your map. And, the sword literally can flip itself up and hovers over top of the
Just
over the
pummels.
map.
It's like,
Hmm.
everyone be careful when she like spontaneous flips.
do not shake its hand.
Just the velvet part
The
on
handle.
the handle, on the grip. So, yes. I'm not sure what this Shrine of Jubilex is here. That was not there when I was alive. But yes, that passageway will go through to all the way to the City of the Glass Pools. When you get there, you're going to be facing quite a challenge. Do you have another piece of paper and some ink?
Yes.
Or parchment? Would you mind spreading it on the ground for me, dear sir? I appreciate it.
Sure. Take it.
Rummage around and
Mhm.
lay it
All
flat.
right. She dips her. She is a elven court blade, by the way, which is a two-handed finesse weapon.
Oof.
Built, created by the elves for use by elves,
Nice. That's cool.
and you will recognize Abop as you're watching her. That you're pretty sure she's a dancing sword,
Mm.
which is how she's doing the floaty bits.
Mhm.
But for the fun of it, every now and then she'd have to return to Gander and have her hold her so that she could then float again to do this. But for the fun of it, we'll gloss over that part. She dips her sword into the ink pot and then starts to draw on the paper for you. Swish, 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 swish. I was chosen for two reasons. One, I was old. Two, I'm good at remembering things.
I kind of sidle next to Quentin and say, I heard that calligraphy and swordplay are closely intertwined. He has beautiful handwriting.
So, if you'd Tech Crew, if you would kindly go over to Scene Setter 3, we can, and the rest of you can see it in the production deck. You can see the map that Vrat Starsong draws for you using the tip of her blade. So,
Cards,
this
more cards. What's this? More cards.
is the city of the glass pool as I know it. There are several thousand Kuatoa living here. Fortunately, we don't have to kill them all. Kuatoa are very prone to mental breaks. Possibly because of their worship of, was it Blib Dolpoop, the Sea Mother, who I think is a demon of some sort. Or it might just be that they have been conditioned by the aboleths for so long that their brains are just not capable of handling stress of any sort. And so that they tend to go into delirium. So, my friends, my new wielder, if we strike in certain places and topple the important parts of the city, it will fall into chaos.
I like this idea.
Mm-hmm.
The places that I think are most important for us to hit is the leadership at the Hall of the Dukes.
Is there a single leader?
Oh, that would be the Priest King on the far side.
Ah, I see.
And then, if we can destroy the manifestation of the Sea Mother, Bliptopoop, she's a statue inside the dome of the glass pool. That'll be the hardest to get to.
This will do what, though?
Break their society,
infrastructure.
cause their society to collapse into
But you
chaos.
said this was the threshold, though, indicating that there was a beyond.
Yes.
Well, I imagine this would set us up to be able to proceed without thousands of these fiends at our backs. Or am I reading this incorrectly?
That is correct. There is the gate, I've marked it on here, is the Lower Deeps Gate that will lead you to the Aboleth down below at the Sunless Sea. If you can get access to that gate, you can go below.
I just want to take a moment to point out that they have an entire building dedicated to whips.
I was just
Those are people that really honor their craft.
Oh, yes, that is one of the titles of the Kuatoa. They're called whips. They're the enforcers, the religious enforcers. The monitors are the ones that kind of like they look to make sure which the Kuatoa are going crazy, which ones are having the mental break, and then they are taken to the resting pools or taken back to the monitor's Hall of Agony and given strict, I don't know how to describe it.
Penance?
Purified through pain. With I guess some sort of electric shock therapy might be it. It's the right term for it. But it would be used with not just electricity, but like a torture chamber. As I said, they are crazy people. They are also bloodthirsty in the extreme.
Do you know how long you've been away from when you died until now?
What year is it?
this
1460
year.
something.
Are you going with modern day, current modern day it is in the Forgotten Realms?
Yeah,
So
1460 something.
I think we're up to 93,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I remember. 93.
which I believe is the year of the Purple Dragon.
1493.
No, 1493. So she goes, it has been 150 years, roughly.
Less than I thought.
250? You said?
150.
150.
You were a young thing when we lost you. Your mother, Arissa, was quite distraught.
Teresa?
Mm-hmm. You're her daughter.
That's different from Arisia, right?
No, it should be Arisia.
Okay, it's Arisia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
wow.
think I'm going to throw up.
If you're going to throw up, please do it in that direction, not on my nice map.
Maybe you should be called Her Grace instead of me.
Elistarians are not really primogeniture. Her being the daughter carries no weight in the leadership.
That's fair.
There's still the bonds of family and love, familiar bonds, but she has to earn her way like anyone else.
Also, Bob, you have to understand, I spent so much time away from this place that I don't remember any of my culture. The things that Quentin has been able to tell us is the only things that I know about our society now. I don't feel like I deserve to be graced with any kind of name.
Well,
Not the Drow Society.
I think you will have earned it by the end of this. And just think of all the good influence that you'll have by bringing in outside perspective.
Well, my cottage is in the Witchwood, which is pretty close to the surface, so I might be able to, I don't know, take care of this place after we're all done with it.
And who knows, you might have relatives amongst the Starsong elves that have taken up at Rothkeep.
That is a really good question. That's so.
Drata,
Vrat.
was it?
Vrat. You're a Vrat, Starsong.
Varat, you have Varoth keep? Ah, curious, sir.
There is Starsong elves at Vrat Keep. But they look like surface elves. They don't look like drow.
Oh, yes, they are Ilithiri.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that word.
What is
They
it?
are dark elves who have been purged of Weddenized taint and therefore reverted back from this. She points and she gestures at you.
Oh.
To their original appearance.
Didn't know that was a thing.
But so that could potentially be like our family up there then, right?
Extended, yes. There were those of us who chose to stay below to help the others, to help the song.
And Veyron, did he factor into this fight against the Sovereign Earl?
Velon?
Yes.
No. Last I knew, Veyron was busy trying to reconquer Cormanthir, the Elven court in the Dalelands.
Always trying somewhere.
You said this helped the song. What song?
The Song of Freedom.
Blank look.
Oh,
Freedom from.
the webs of Lolth, the demon web. Ilistari is always trying to reach out to those who are caught inside of Lolth's webs.
And
most of us feel it and hear it as a song that comes to us when we're alone in the depths of night. Well, what would be night, on the surface, but down below when things are quiet, calling to us, urging us to be better, to come out of the darkness and the shadows. Most are not able. Most are too firmly enmeshed in the webs, whether it be for power, friends, advancement, revenge, all the reasons. But a few of us come out. A few of us seek to escape and follow the song. And that leads them to us, to the Dark Maidens, to the Dark Ladies. And we will help them. Some want to go to the surface. Others just want to remain, are happy in the Underdark, but want to be free from the webs of the demon web.
The cycle of death and cruelty.
What Veyron wants as well. He's in open rebellion with Loth right now.
Velkyn is... I do not know if I agree with your rosy assessment. The masked god is out for himself. He wants to create his own web, his own ties that bind, that keeps everyone tied to him. He is not about freedom. He's about a different type of bondage. But 150 years is a long time. Maybe he is better by now.
If you wield a blade, no web can hold you.
The silk strands of the demon web hold many people quite tight. And rather than seeking peace and a place for the people on the surface, he's constantly out to conquer a part of it. Carve out his own domain for his followers, where they will be lordships, petty little emperors over their own stretch of land.
Okay, yeah, that does sound like Veyron.
It's like this entire time, Stigander is staring at Quentin. Like, we just had this conversation.
Then again, they will tell us that we are fools, that the surfacers would never accept us.
I mean,
That
in
the
this
followers
fight,
of Loth.
I was saying in this fight, though, I think we have a common enemy. The Sovereign, who would, put up the God Shield and silence you all forever.
Yes. He's the enemy of my enemy, my friend.
Today.
Spoken truly.
This
Would
is
you like-
really weird.
Would you like to see the shrine at the surface? It is still intact.
See the
And we-
surface once again. Yes.
We have allies waiting there to join us in this fight.
If allies on
Yes.
the surface?
Well, the stone giants. I mean, technically, they're right below the surface. You can see the sky.
We could go visit the shrine.
Lead on then. Let us do this thing. But first, you are all tired. We should rest.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yes, please.
It's like
All right.
Stigander's like pumping full of like adrenaline. Like,
All right. In that case, let's go ahead and take a long rest, unless that long rest we referred to earlier. Unless
Mhm.
anyone has anything else, we can pick up. In the meantime, do you want to attune to Virat the Finslayer?
yes.
He really hates Aboleth, by the way.
It sounds like it.
How do you spell Virat's name?
It's Vraht. I don't know where I'm getting that spelling from.
Vraht. thought I said it last week, but I could be mistaken. You're always the one that has the greatest notes. All right,
do.
there you go. Yay, text chat. You can see the wall of text that is her stat block.
Wait, and is that in
Say.
Discord? Oh my goodness. Hello, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone's staying close to Stigander.
Oh my gosh.
So I think the neatest thing is the two-handed finesse weapon
Oh,
with
yeah,
heavy.
seriously.
Oh, and it's got heavy too. Oh,
Not
So
that I
good.
would ever be able to actually wield it. It's just intelligence
not
of
need to wield it.
17.
I
ego of
can wield
20.
myself.
giggity.
Dancing in the dark. Oh.
So the big ones in there is her telepathy and her speech, her special purpose, keep her devotion that whenever you're attuned within 10 feet of her, you can't be charmed.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
She can cast enhance ability once per day, and she can hold on to one concentration slot for you.
Wow.
Nice.
However, if you get hit, you have to make a concentration check just as if you were holding it. And if you're holding two spells, we're just going to roll once, and then you lose all your concentration. Just to keep it down.
Mm-hmm.
So that the die rolling doesn't get out of hand.
My goodness.
Enjoy, Archer. Uller grumbles.
It's okay, Uller. You're still my favorite bow. I don't understand, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm not going to replace you.
Swords
What
ego
is-
20, bows ego 100.
I know. It's like this feels like the most like hurt bow. It's like I feel like we've damaged his ego.
So on that map, that little sketch that she did, that Throt did, that is one of the wonderful pieces done by my good friend Lori Krell, where she makes all these things for use for people's D&D campaigns, and you can get through her Patreon account. She's also the one that did all the battle map for the shrine that we were using for the past 2 sessions.
So amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She is incredibly talented.
Mm-hmm.
Originally,
Yeah,
she did it as a
big thank you
Google
for us.
Google Doc, so you could just do it as a slide and just add in your stuff. But I wanted to do it all in Illustrator, so I could do more fun stuff with the sketching.
That's
Because I like doing fun, fancy brushes. So, you heading up top?
We are heading back to meet up with Delirious and the Giants in the Cave of Minibats, and then taking the narrow route up the stairs up to the surface, I believe.
Okay. The giants are not sure about that narrow passageway as they look up at it's the width of one of their feet. But they are extremely happy that they're no longer warped, twisted, corrupted figures, particularly Jaifer, the head, and we also have Sikgi, his mate, and Slizar, the cleric.
Go up to Jaifer and just sort of rest my hand on his ankle if I can reach that high.
Yes, little, not nope.
Yes, I hope that this work that mostly Delirious has accomplished has been some penance for the work of my brother.
Yes. She has freed our lodge from the corruption, and we are grateful. Now we must decide what we ought to do next. Do we return to the fungal forest? Or not Bope knows where that is and could return to us.
It is not my place to ask your assistance in the task at hand. But Not was working, I believe, in league with something far more dangerous. That is what we seek to quell.
We plan to journey to the City of Glass and destroy the Koatoa's hold there so that we may bring the fight to the Aboleths and slay them. Until they're gone, nobody is safe.
Agreed.
Will you journey with us? We could use people of your stature by our side.
We should probably mention that we are looking to possibly save Nope. I know that what he did to you and your lodge was not very good, but we think that he might have been under some kind of duress. If he can be saved, we would like to do so. It is very important to us. I'm gonna give Bope's shoulder a squeeze.
Yes.
We would like to find a new place to call our own. We are settlers by nature rather than wanderers. While we will not travel with you, call upon us in time of need, and we will answer. You have great magic. You can reach across time and space to us, no?
That we can.
This way, we can bring our might down at the right time. While giving us an opportunity to reestablish our lodge.
It sounds agreeable.
That is very most gracious of you.
Have you come in your travels a good place that would be a good lodge site?
There's two I can think of, but
I have a thought. So I'm gonna kind of hustle the group aside for a second. So the deep gnomes that we met, what if we told them to go up there? Like what if they had stone giants to keep bigger things from eating the deep gnomes?
To help
something to keep them safe. Yes. They said
You-
that they had to keep moving
Oh.
because things would attack them, and then they would have to pick everything up and move. And I don't know about you, but moving a lot is not being able to put down roots has really, it's hard on a person's life, especially when you have family. And Bob, I remember seeing your face after you came back from Carmenera when she had took you aside. And there's something special about that place, I can tell. I think maybe if we sent them up there, they could help the deep gnomes to keep them safe?
A symbiotic relationship, perhaps.
Mhm. Yes.
I would want to talk to the deep gnomes first, of course, and know their feeling on the subject. But that's a good idea.
Thank you. Quentin, what was your idea?
I was thinking 2 locations: the entry point, the dwarven hold, where we first came in, that area potentially, or if they still like stone but want to be closer to the surface, the Fane of Tiamat, kind of overlooking and everything, is got a lot of potential and could really use some giants there.
Aren't there
Aren't
already giants
already
there?
some fire giants there?
Only on the surface.
That's where
That's
Brim
so
Scar does clean
Quentin.
up her stuff, right?
That's so
Think so.
Quentin. Oh man.
Yeah, we haven't really talked to the fire giants in a long time. They were on the surface.
These are stone giants, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That
Quentin,
might
I
not
don't think we should co-opt them to deal with another problem.
No.
Just trying
How
to
many were there?
It's
Were there 9?
efficient.
Yes.
Well, right now, already in the valley, there's the forest giants.
I forgot about the forest giant.
Yeah, there's a forest giants. There's the fire.
That's the way they
giants.
want it. They want you to forget about them.
There
You've played
is-
right into their hands.
Wrangler
there's
remembers.
several ranges that the stone giants would make well in. Wrath Keep itself is kind of in a
The Star Song elves have moved in there.
hilly area.
And they've rented it out to the halflings,
That's right.
who are have reapportioned the dwarves to allow them to sell stuff. To run the trading post at the inn that is
We
run by the
should've put-
halflings.
We should have put something about subletting in that contract.
Nope, wasn't in the contract.
Yeah.
It's fine. I just wanted to
Quentin.
help the elves.
How did that slip through?
Oh, there's ways to get your money back.
Hey, at least I didn't sell it to the loggers. It would have been strip mined, and the forest giants would have hated me.
That's true. They would just smash Brindle.
Brindle's
Anyway,
Yep, they're gonna go with plan A, throw a rock at it. Which is how
Do-
giants handle most problems.
do we want to check in with the deep gnomes first? And I don't know if you can send them something to check, see
Oh.
how they feel about it, and then maybe
Yes.
Sending or dream.
Maybe not today, but tomorrow.
All right.
Do we want to go to the top?
Do you tell them about the dwarf hold?
yeah,
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
probably tell them
Yeah.
that. That's like your option, or let us get into contact with another party.
The dwarf hold, the smashed one. It's,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, and
really
that's
know if
also
they'll fit.
where some of their lodge has died.
They could gather
Yeah.
the dead.
And yeah, actually, if Delirious is all sainted up, she might be able to, resurrect some of them.
Oh, Delirious could cast Sending.
Yes.
Yes, you could.
I think you might be a little bit more familiar with them, though.
True. That's fair.
Just
Oh, stone giants do come on under the hit dice, but they were Fomorians at the time.
Hmm.
Let's see what they are. Oh, what level are you guys?
13.
13.
Oh, they're 13 hit die.
Oh,
Well, we'll be 14 soon enough.
yeah.
Maybe things will work out. Stars all
Maybe. You guys are you're about
Stupid.
halfway now to 14,
oof,
Mhm.
but it would require a resurrection
I think that's a
because it
fifth
would
level
has to
spell.
be within the range. Dead for no more than a century.
Hmm.
I think raised dead was to be too far ago. It's within 10 days,
10
yes.
days, yeah.
Yeah, they've been
So they have to be
gone
resurrection.
for a couple of-
So she can do it with another level of experience. and a lot of gems.
Yeah, resurrection is
Only-
expensive.
Only
Mhm.
there was a gem tree around. Shake that.
Only.
Oh man, where will we get one of those? Whoosh.
Yeah, no
Assuming the Zorn
promises.
hasn't come back.
No promises we'll be able to bring your kindred back. But if you want to gather your stuff up, check out that location. We'll put out some feelers and get back to you within the 10-day.
This is agreeable. The Velkyn Weave. My lords and I thank you. You have been a great assistance to us. And we shall return the favor. Call upon us, and we will come.
Thank you.
I hold out my hand and say, "Go with Timur's blessing." I kind of look up at Delirious.
She nods. And there's some some good goodbyes between Delirious and the Giants, who she's been with now for several days. While you guys were off getting terrorized with Aboleth. And the Giants start heading back down that passageway to the west. And then they're going to have to swing north from there. They're going to avoid the Grells, and instead they're going to go through the dangerous passages, worn holes, and Razor Rock.
Fun.
Because they're good at avoiding that.
So they're going to the Dwarven Keep.
Yes.
Okay.
So are you heading up the hillside to up top?
Mhm.
Okay. You're able to dance up the side of the sinkhole and come out into the, well, in this case, morning light. It's a kind of a blustery day. Overcast. Wind is going at a pretty good clip as the winds are starting to change. Although fortunately you're up here in the foothills of the mountains and not down on the arid, semi-arid, hot plains
This will
where
probably
mostly grows wheat, lots of wheat.
this will probably be the last time we get to see the sky before we head down and either win it all or spend the next century enslaved.
Oh, that's
But-
terrifying. I don't have a century. Speak for yourself.
I
Oh
don't
no,
think
they're
I'd
going to
rather.
stick you into the God Shield.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
I think I'd
mortar you
rather-
in.
I wouldn't rather go into a fight with anyone else beside my side. But we're going to do this.
The feeling is quite mutual.
Dun 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 dun.
When Dolores is not nearby, or maybe I ask her to go, grab something from the cottage. Bope, what's the deal with that big golem thing back in Bristol? You know, the thing that showed up a couple times looking for something.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Yeah, the lady with the mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
The reason
was... Mhm, mhm.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, that was Vecna. Coming for his book.
The Vecna?
Yep. hmm
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Uh,
the reason I ask that is because
The
God shield, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. I'm just saying, like,
So I worked with him once. He's not the most team player. Just saying, and I'm like rubbing the place where the horns were on my forehead. Just like it was not an experience I wish to replicate.
would you rather be plugged into an arcane machine that causes you to
Is there a
shield the world from
third?
gods?
that's the question, right? Is Vecna divine or arcane?
I think it depends on which side of the argument you're on.
Oh, the brain, it hurts.
I'm not sure I
From-
want to test it.
From what I've kind of divulged from conversations I've heard you guys have with Pope in previous time, the Priestagander times, it sounded quite godlike. Just saying.
Plus, what book of exalted deeds, book of What
Fire
was your book?
Darkness.
Yes, that book.
Yeah. Necromancy, killing things,
I'm
reusing
just,
things.
just kind of an old cards on the table type thing. I thought, hey, did you want to?
See, the problem is, I don't think he still forgives me for losing his book. I'm not sure he's gonna be, open to parlay.
He's not wrong, I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, I tried to tell him the truth. It was difficult. But we do have the book, or what's left of it.
Well, if they, I just want to put that out there for you to think about in case.
That's a good reason for us not to go back to Brindle. Let's just let's put a pin in it and hope we don't run into him again.
All right.
I've been practicing my voice. Oh.
What? Who said that?
Anyway,
So
it's a good. The idea has merit. I'm not. I'm not trying to poo-poo it. I really think he'll kill me.
Well, ace up our sleeve, perhaps. Wild card.
Sure.
we could always be like, hey, you know who we found your book.
Oh, yes. You know who has your book? The
Aboleths
Aboleths.
have it.
Oh dear.
That's a lie. I'm not sure I want to sell.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to sell it.
Yeah.
But it sounds like
Yeah,
something one of these two would say.
Yeah. He kind of sees right through you, which is pretty impressive considering his, ocular limitations.
Do we think we have any other allies that we could call on for this final push?
I mean, there's the adventuring crew that we rescued that's been running around, the blade singer and the barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
and the little crew they put together, but they were chasing down.
Hookers.
Yes,
You sent them out to clear out the mines, the east.
correct.
That would
It's
be
kind of
more
like the
cannon
missions
fod-
table in World of Warcraft.
Oh,
I think that'd be more like cannon fodder than. And I don't want to just send people to their deaths.
I mean, if they
What-
were with us.
what if because we have them, and what if we asked that knight errant, the
Oh, right. The one who is the nemesis of our fallen friend.
Oh, huh.
Oh, the one who set up shop across the river in Brindle. That
Was it Tybalt?
or
There was two. There was
No, it started with an A, I think. Hold
There
on,
was
it's
the
in
guy-
notes.
Is it Valente?
Valente?
there's two. There was the
Yes.
nemesis of Rinrin.
Valente de Ersper. Of Ersper. It's a really hard word to say.
Of Ersper? Mm.
Valente of Ersper. I'm sure if we asked him, he might be able to. He's got some knights and he wants to do good in the Elser Vale. It wouldn't be a
Here's a
terrible thing.
question, though.
Was
I
that
mean, I've had
Rangram?
I think that was Tom.
Oh, no, I thought earlier Rangram said there was a second person.
Oh,
There was Rinyan's nemesis.
that had been brought up for a while though.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm trying to plunder my memory for that one.
I thought it started with a T.
Yeah, I thought it did.
Oh,
That's
yes. Oh, I think I got that somewhere.
Just worth.
Tybalt
keeping in-
Davignon.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, Tippled it was. Yeah.
Hey.
Because I believe he'd been turned by Rinyan at the very end there. But we have that sword, and as much as the Starsong elves have suffered, this is a battle that they do know and is in their memory. Perhaps they are willing to fight it to the end.
well, I mean,
Give
we
them a
don't
discount
know.
keep.
We don't know if it is in their memory, if it was something where they separated from the drow many years ago. They might not have it in their memory. Hopefully they do.
It's like
It would be a good
150,
idea.
150 years is not a very long period of time.
But they could have split before then. Just because they have
True.
the Star Song doesn't mean that that's a recent development.
The way I see it, any allies we bring in could be liabilities as well, given the
That's-
charm.
That's what I was going to say.
Unless we have a way to counter charm, bring in a band of
Bard?
bards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the Star Song Elf Bard is off adventuring with Archons the Red and Shushin of Ardeep. I believe.
I would be very careful. I mean, against the Aboleth, yes, but against the Kuatoa, one thing you would like to do is just cause as much chaos as possible in their city to draw off the defenders so that you can strike at their leaders while they're
AKA
not protected.
distractions.
That's kind of
Yes.
what I was thinking. If we could get a bunch of people together to fight the Koatoa, we could take on the Aboleth.
If
Oh.
only there was an airship and a dream spell and ascending, and we could coordinate the quick pickup of allies and have them delivered to this location.
Where would we find these things?
I look over at Delirious. Sending?
I look at Rangrim.
Let me do my
Airship?
best Delirious impression. Fine.
Tamora grants you the.
I'm
Impeccable.
so sorry, Michelle.
We love her, but Delirious can be salty when she wants to be.
Truth.
Assuming that little adventuring crew hasn't been slain, I think, they were already put together. They've been working together for a little while and probably has the best, off-the-shelf structure to come help us. Thoughts?
I mean, I don't see why all of the allies that we have gathered in our month that we've been together, we can't call upon.
Sure. Sending and dream to anyone. Rally point here.
I can do dream, but none of them are asleep right now.
Well, I don't think that right at this very second is. We still have to get there.
I mean, time is probably of the essence, though, given the God Shield.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
What
What's your-
what if when the time comes, we ask the stone giants to meet everyone here and they take them to the city of Glass Pools? They theoretically know where it is.
Hmm.
They had a pretty good heading when telling us how the two maps kind of laid on top of one another. And they know the Underdark. They might be able to assist anybody trying to get to the city.
So, looking at the map here, we're kind of off of the Cave of Many Bats, right?
Mhm.
So, to get to the city of the Glass Pool, we would go back down, head to the west side of the Cave of Many Bats, and then follow the journey down, or the path down.
Yes.
Okay.
So on the second map drawn by the Dwarven treasure map, you go from the tree up to the Cave of Many Bats. Then you follow the path going beyond lies the ship trapped in rock. And that will take you back over to the Gnomish map, which has the long passageway that goes from the Grells down to Many Bad Things, perhaps Temple of Jubilex.
Got it. And just kind of skip that stuff, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Or is, oh,
That didn't exist there when Vroth was alive. She doesn't know what that's about. But this passageway will lead you down to the city of the Glass Pool. You'll have to skip by the Darrow Warrens to the east.
do we want to put her to a vote then? Try and rally the extra people here now and have them journey with us? Or the alternate, have them rally up here and I guess have the Stone Giants lead them at a later time?
I mean, I feel like we would have to wait an extraneous amount of time for any of our surface allies to join us. I'm not sure we have that kind of time. As nice as it would be. The Stone
Well,
Giants are
that's-
here.
You give them 24 hours.
That's why
May-
I'm thinking what we do is we try to rally them. We go ahead.
Mhm.
What was the period between the 2 activations of the God Shield?
That's
Well,
a good question.
Without a
Several-
third one, it's kind of
At least a 10-day.
Oh.
Right?
feels like it.
Because there was the one that was in
Yeah, I don't
Crystal
know.
Stall. And then the one we had when we got here. And accounting for as many days, probably about actually 2 10-day.
And it's been how long since the last one?
Few days.
2 days.
Yeah. Made a
It
pretty
was
good
the-
time.
One recommendation I could have is try to scout out the path you wish them to follow, and then clear it out on the way there.
That
Oh,
was
that's
kind
fair.
of my thought.
Okay.
And if you wait here for too long, things bad might happen down below. Also,
Yeah.
the larger force you move through the Underdark, the more predators you will attract.
Mm-hmm. That is another reason why I don't think waiting is going to be our best avenue. I think that we will go attempt to clear out whatever kind of path. That Brat said exactly what I was trying to say.
Oh, you guys are really in sync.
I wasn't saying
Almost
waiting
as
too
if
long.
we're attuned.
I wasn't saying wait too long, but I'm just saying at the same time we're not, same day.
It makes
Okay.
sense. We're the advanced party, clear it out. They
Mhm.
rally up here. If they can follow behind when the time is right, they can. If not, we do it ourselves.
I
So what
guess
we could do
And-
now is sendings, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Who do we want to prioritize sending
Yes, we can do the sendings.
to? I'm sorry, Stigander, you're going to say something too.
I forgot.
Sorry.
I was distracted by a shiny rock. I'm sorry.
I can send to the Red Wizard back in Brindle. To
Install the red?
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe the captain of the airship.
And that
that-
would be
Mahira.
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 So that her services are available for quickly ferrying people to and fro. And then probably
Starsong Elves?
Shushina of Ardeep
Oh,
and that crew. And then, the Star Song Elves, and ask each of them to spread the word. And
If we contact Mahira, we might also be able to get a hold of that knight.
well, I don't know how many, if there are any elements of the aboleths out there. I do not know how wide of a word we wish to spread.
yeah, that is a problem. Might and Metal was that evil adventuring crew who trapped Blanche. So there's definitely surface elements that are out there. I could try and get word to my family. They could definitely prove useful in this and have a dog in the fight.
But how much is that going to cost?
I mean, I'm already paying a lot, so I'll foot the bill for that if it comes to it.
all right.
All right. So one of the ones I heard early on was Carbonara, leader of the gnomes. Well, that was not her name, I might add.
Carbonarin. Her name was Carbonarin.
Carbonara.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. And then you were going to ask about stone giants. And then you were going to do another one to the B team.
Yep. Shushin.
Yeah, your elf sidekick. Where'd I write all that stuff down?
They definitely got a wand of fireballs in there somewhere. That'll come in useful.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They haven't used it yet.
Why would they have used it?
Who knows? Who knows what they were fighting down in those mines?
In the deep dark.
All right. And you want to also talk to Sandra, or are you going to do that separate?
I'll ask Emerstall to have her contact me ASAP.
Okay. So Carmen Aaron, the B team.
Mahara.
Oh, that's right. Mahira. All right.
You want to try the Star Song Elves?
Well, there is a Star Song Elf with Shushina, I believe, one of the
Okay.
bards.
Yes.
I still say we contact Valente, the Knight Ardent.
Yeah, I mean, they were really gearing up for a fight and stuff, and my beloved did not want them anywhere near Bristol with their values and stuff. So
I had the honor of meeting Valente, and he's a pretty decent human being. Well, he's a pretty decent creature. I think his heart would be in the right place to help us with this.
yeah, I mean, can do it.
And you're bringing all the people together from all the different places. Now I have to figure out where I hid everything.
We're in the end game now.
We are, as you're gathering up for the final blow.
As we're talking this through, Quentin's got like a big piece of parchment paper out, writing the names down, doing little link diagrams, and crafting some 25 words or less
Nice
messages to try and get the point across.
Mm-hmm. Man.
All right. So to Carmenera, and you're going to ask if it's okay if the stone giants settle nearby.
Yeah, would they appreciate some close neighbors?
They don't disappreciate the close neighbors, but she's very leery about having anyone that much bigger than she is close to their home. She recommends about that cave where the trolls were layering.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
I was thinking about that because it's got the Feyres thing there that'll plus up magic weapons.
Yeah, that's true. I completely forgot about that place.
And she has a bad advantage of keeping the trolls out of there.
Also that.
There was the grouping of something that we didn't deal with.
Troglodytes.
Yeah.
Troglodytes.
There's also the moth people.
They're-
Maybe they could write a poem for us. No,
They have their powers.
true. Sleep.
And one thing that Vrat always recommend is there's nothing like a good slave revolt to really put the Kuatoa into a frenzy.
I did see slave
Ooh.
pens on there. I was thinking slave pens normally have locks and people watching it, and that was definitely on my mind.
So we want to try to get a hold of the gloamings as well to help with that? Or I don't know. Were
Would the
those two thoughts
gloamings get-
connected?
Those were not connected. It was
Okay,
just,
so
I was
I
like-
made the connection out of nowhere.
The Gloamines seemed pretty neutral based on interactions.
they're a very safe place to teleport to.
True. What about was it a Ramirez that we fought? Or no,
Yes. Oh no, it was a Bahir.
that's right, Bahir.
They're
And the
long
Shadow
gone, I
Dragon.
think.
You also have the Myconoids.
Yeah.
They seem like pacifists.
That can animate the dead.
It's
Yes.
true.
They can.
We could send them a message if
The very definition of
Was it?
cannon fodder.
And Vrot says that the Kuatoa always seem to have extra bodies laying around because they are an incredibly bloodthirsty society that is constantly sacrificing, like daily sacrifices.
This
Mhm.
seems like a recipe that needs to be brought together, and it seems perfect.
All right. Michael Nids. We see if the gloamings are in for it. They can be like backliners. Or they don't have to show up.
So
Whatever.
Carmen Aaron will come back and say that she's a bit uncomfortable with them camped on her doorstep, but if they're willing to go, she recommends the Troll Caves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would work.
All right, and still trying to figure out where I put my my elf. Oh, there's Sushina. Okay, to Sushina. She is super happy to hear from you. Oh, hear from Michelle, from Delirious. She's like, oh, we have kicked so much ass. They drove the cloakers out.
The what?
Ogres.
Oh, they look like apparently the leather cloak gang were actual cloaks. They were cloakers that were coming infested the mines and would come out and hang from the trees looking like leather cloaks until someone came over to bother them, and then they grabbed them and suffocated them and dragged them away into the depths.
Ooh, hell.
Oh, and she met this fantastic other person there. His name is Tybalt. And he was trying to solve all of this by himself. Anyway, once they hooked up and had joined forces, they wiped out the cloakers in short order. And they're on their way back to Brindle.
Right on.
That's probably more information than what information did you want to tell her in your initial bit? She's so proud of herself.
Oh,
You want her to meet with Mahira?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, she's hanging there now. No problem.
Like some like rally with Mahira, transport to Rally Point, prepare for Underdark excursion.
Where's Rally Point? The dancing pavilion?
Yeah.
Or Mahira's ship?
Mahira's ship, and then she'll
was gonna-
transport to
Yeah.
here.
Done. All right. Emerstall the Red. Oh, there you are. My familiar has been waiting for you with those scrolls you asked for.
Please give to Mahira. Have my sister contact me ASAP. Important Underdark happenings. Allies are being rallied. Very important.
At some point, too, we're going to need to think about tackling the abelisks themselves in their own domain, which is going to probably be water, and how best to contemplate that. But perhaps
Right.
for another day.
I was gonna say I thought Bope took water breathing.
Can cast that as a ritual at any time.
Yeah, water breathing's
Doesn't
nice.
fix
but
all the problems. Yes, you have a point.
If we level up between now and then, I can take some water walk. If that's what you're
You get
afraid
enough
of.
levels. Chances are good. So, Mahira, that's next on the sending. What you want to tell her?
Collect allies.
You don't have to do it precise if you just want to give me the general gist. Collect allies and take them up to the
we need
dancing
to-
pavilion
Yeah.
Mhm.
and go find Valente.
Yes,
She knows where he is.
I'm sure she does. I'm sorry, guys. I'll keep it together.
All right.
You
She will do as you request, although she does not think that the clips can fit through the Underdark caverns, the tunnels. Maybe if you can find a large cavern, it could. Say, for example, an Underdark ocean.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Like City of the Glass Pool.
That one might not be big enough.
I mean, this is rally point A until we find a better one.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. Anyone else?
Only thing I was waiting on was if my sister ever gets back to me.
All right. How does she usually get back in touch with you, or do I get creative freedom?
Creative freedom, since she's new on the scene and we haven't really had a remote back and forth.
Takes a couple hours.
Does it involve us getting thrown into the crucible?
No.
Darn.
Excellent.
Thank heaven. I know what to do though if we get stuck into the crucible again. We just hide in one of those holes the entire time.
No, we get to the end.
Assume you don't get
No.
into the next trap.
No,
You
thanks.
might not. I might just go to the trap number 4.
No.
While you're waiting, you see a shadow flitter along the wall. Just a shadow. No one next to it. No one
Oh.
creating it.
I'll mosey on over there.
And you can tell it has her lithe figure, close cropped hair, and way too many daggers.
No such thing.
I'm glad you got my message.
You're going to have to talk to her all in profile because she's
Ooh,
just
in
a
profile.
just a shadow.
Okay.
They're like, well, brother, I hear you needed to talk. Why are we talking? Things are already afoot. Soon we will seize control of Arm.
Which
Your rivals are jokes.
yeah, none of them stand a chance against you and the Obsidian Lotus, but that is
Course
not
not.
why I'm speaking to you. All of that is for naught
Is it?
if we do not persevere in the fight
Your
below.
first opponent is that cleric, Tredora Goldenbrow.
Yeah, she doesn't really like me.
No, she doesn't. But people really like her. Don't worry, we're going to have her assassinated in short order.
Well, if you were going to
Would
do
you like
that,
it painful?
if you were
Or
going
would
to
you
do
like it
that,
quiet?
wait, why am I giving? Okay, if you were going to do that, I would make it look like the person who assassinated the paladin back in the day, the goblin archer.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's not what. Hey, quit dragging me into this, okay?
Oh,
I'm talking to you. Look, Aboleths, the sovereign, the god shield. You may have felt that a couple days ago.
no.
No.
What are you talking about?
Oh God.
Are you talking about all the clerics completely freaking out?
The clerics, the warlocks, anybody with that gets their power from a divine source. You do like resurrecting and reincarnating, right?
They have their advantages, yes.
Yes. Well, that won't happen any longer if the Aboleths get their way, because apparently they're taking casters of every sort and jamming them into some type of magical box and stopping gods of all sort. They don't care. They don't like the gods.
How does that even work?
You would have to ask them.
Well, you're
They
down there.
tap into
You
a higher
ask them.
power.
You ask them. Don't ask me to ask them. You ask them.
I'm not asking you to ask them. I'm saying that our father, our stepfather, probably needs to know about this, and we could use some help. Now, if you don't want any part of it, that's understood, but
You need help from me?
well, you did make things a lot more difficult when you destroyed Fairbope's magical carpet.
Yeah.
I would really appreciate it too if that could be replaced.
I don't know. You've done something to piss the Shadow Thieves off.
What, me, the Shadow Thieves?
Mm-hmm.
No. I've placated them. It's my compatriots who chose not to pony up their charitable
Oh yeah,
contribution.
they're as mad as a beehive whacked with a stick several times. You guys might want to stay down there for a while.
Really, the shadow
Also,
thieves.
there's this golem walking around Brindle
Is it looking for both?
constantly. Looks like some like old lady or something.
That's Vecna.
Pull the other, it has bells on.
Excuse me?
You're pulling my leg. Not Vecna.
I'm not lying to you. We fought
Actually not.
Tiamat. Our
Mhm.
gnome was 5.5 feet tall with horns. It's Vecna.
That's not a gnome. I think you got confused with a knoll.
Look, we were
Hmm.
close once. I thought this was. Look, I'm wasting my time here.
Are you? Well, if you say it, it must be true. Why are you wasting your time with me then? I came all the way down here to talk to you because you said you wanted to talk.
Yes.
So I'm here. That's
And
got to
I'm
count for something.
And I'm telling you the truth, and you don't believe me. Look, it's
About Vecna, yeah. So you're fighting Aboleth. That was the whole, that I do believe. I do
Okay.
believe you about the God Shield because the clerics are going nuts. And Athkatla is all up in arms. I mean, there's rioting in the streets.
yep,
Unrest everywhere. It's a time of chaos, which means opportunity.
opportunity. Yeah, I know. If I was up there, I'd be raking it in. But the real trouble's down below.
Oh, that's what he said.
Please pass word to Father.
What do you want from us? About the Aboleth?
Look, we're going to deal with the Koatoa, and so they're not going to be an issue. But
So they're making it God's Shield by
yes,
jamming casters in a way that I don't understand.
me
I
neither.
don't think you do either.
Nope.
Okay.
But it's going to cut off resurrection, reincarnation, all that fun stuff, you know?
And that means, I don't know if Father's going to be able to show up here anymore.
Exactly, which is bad for all of us.
Or maybe it means that the crucible can't be accessed anymore. Everyone's trapped inside. Except all of us, we're outside. Maybe we should align with the Aboleth.
If they weren't such assholes, you know? I mean, they got such
yeah.
potential. But no, that's probably a bad idea.
I've never actually met one. I've just heard rumors.
Slimy fish markets. Okay, that's what you're dealing with.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to Father. Is that what you want? And tell him. And you want help?
That if we fail at dealing with these aboleths, that he's going to be cut off, and all of his machinations are for naught.
And if you kill the Aboleth, you save which makes you a hero. Then we really don't have to assassinate that cleric.
Reading my mind. Stay
Although
out of my mind.
there is a plan B.
I mean,
It's not really an election like popular election. You have to improve. You have to impress the rest of the council.
yeah, you just
So if we
bribe,
tell
blackmail.
everyone what a good person she is and how annoyingly officious she is and uncorrupt she is, that would should discourage just the council for voting for her. So we just have to tell lots of good things about her. Ooh,
well, play it both ways, and then you got your bases covered.
what kill her
Either-
too?
Well,
What basis?
Oh, me as the big damn hero and extolling her virtues.
Okay, big damn hero. Let's do it. Do I get to call you BDH?
Hey, we can work out acronyms later.
Sure thing, BLT.
Family.
I know, we're the worst. So annoying to have your sister around.
Take care.
All right. We'll be in touch.
I've only made things worse.
All right, with that, it might be a good place to take a quick break.
Mm.
Not
Because
a
it's
bad idea.
8:37 as you are aligning your forces, as you manipulate the board with all your pieces. Anybody else you want to talk to? I'll write them down. We'll pick that up when we get back.
Can't think of any off the top of my head.
Did we cover the Star Song elves, or were you leaving them out of this?
I mean, if we've got
you-
the sendings, maybe hit them up directly too.
I believe we're doing the, if you want to talk to them, the one from Sushina, the bard that was played by Jose.
Okay,
Sushina, and that's how you got in touch with them.
gotcha. I was just double checking.
The other one is the queen, the
Oh, yeah.
Microloid queen.
The sovereign. Delirious will have a fun time sending them.
Oh yeah, they got along like a house on fire. Yep, the stinky death cows.
Mhm.
Yep. Sovereign Bleef.
Think about it. If you time it right, you know, you're doing a ploy with the Koatoa and suddenly all their dead sacrifices rise up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All righty.
Oh,
Quick break. Meet back at 8:45.
Good.
And I guess we'll start exploring the path to the cave, this city of the glass pool.
woo!
All right.
Alrighty.
And as a reminder, real quick, we are still giving away an Epic Character Avatar Fantasy Starter Bundle plus 3 free packs from overheadgames.com. Make sure that you type in !epic in the Twitch chat to enter to win. The raffle for the package will be drawn at the end of our stream when the winner is drawn and will be announced live. You have to be here for the drawing and be a follower. So we'll see you then.
All right. Thank you all, everyone. We'll see you at 8.
Come, company, at last. Come, show your face.
When I was born, they said that I would have the rage of 1,000 storms within me.
It's all right. I didn't like that brother very much anyway.
Just cannot get any worse than this, right?
Have you noticed? It never really gets light enough here. Sometimes the shadows are going the wrong way.
There's a loud psst sound as steam rushes from the vat, and the door slowly swings open. This vile ooze just pouring out as you can see this elongated human figure slowly extend and reach out. Its motionless eyes just now fixated on the group.
Okay, what the hell?
I'm done with this place. I need to go home.
I can't go home, but I also I don't want to stay here. I want to stay here. I don't 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 want to stay here.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Velkyn Weave as they are mustering their forces to assault on the city of the glass pool where the Kuatoa live. There are only one last thing I believe they need to do, which is they need to secure the passage to the city itself. Fortunately, they have a magical sword with the that is hosting the spirit of Vrot Starsong, a dark song elf who knows the way and can tell you which way to go. You have a good start with your current map. And she says, just need to head back to the main path and head south. You should come in below where the Grells are currently layering. Is this the anything further you want to do before you head out?
Stagander will probably take a quiet moment to say a little prayer at the pavilion before we leave.
Which deity?
Probably like a little bit of both. Like,
okay,
she prays to Shandakul and says, like, thank you for putting me on the path putting me back on the path that I was meant to be on, and a prayer to Illustri for, I don't know, just like finding home, you know, or something like it.
Is Vrot there with you?
Probably. She probably keeps Vrot pretty close because any font of knowledge that she'll spew out is something that Stagander is trying to like seep up like a sponge.
All right. Roll me a d20, please.
11.
Okay. When you make your prayer to Shandakul, almost as if in answer, a breeze blows through the pavilion and rustles your hair. Just kind of waves it ever so slightly, and then the breeze dries down. All you can still see other winds, probably just errant wind because there's lots of wind out today. As I said, it's overcast. Rains every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you do your prayer to Illustri, Vrot tells you that she can teach you the steps of the dance if you want.
Yes, I would love to learn, she says in Elvish, just like out of habit.
Vrot answers in Elvish, one of the many languages she knows.
Which one?
All right, she will do so.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anyone else wants to do before we head out? Head west through the unknown.
I mean, I'll say a prayer like last time. Light a candle. It seemed to do the job.
Yeah.
Who are you praying to?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, Illustri. That's really the only one I know, and that's what I did last time as well.
Okay. I'm sorry, Tom, you were saying?
I was just gonna say I would take that opportunity of last moment of fresh air and greenery to collect some more acorns and rather, detritus or bric-a-brac of the forest to complete my components.
You are quite skilled at this and have no problem doing so, O gnome of the woods. Are you a forest gnome or a rock gnome?
I'm a forest gnome.
Okay, not a problem at all. There,
Quentin,
and
make
there,
sure
and
you
there.
you blow out your candle so you don't burn down the forest.
Yes, only you can prevent fires.
Did we want to leave like a little map stashed here for the follow-on forces?
Not a bad idea.
Great idea.
There are plenty of places to stash it in among the statues on the pavilion. Or you can put it under a rock or any place else you want.
I mean, I'll crib off one of yours and sketch one out and find a good hiding place.
Yeah.
All right. You have no problem finding a good hiding place, and you can let the team know via your various communication abilities.
Perfect.
You got anything for us, Rangram, or are you ready to head off and explore?
Just putting away some of the more extraneous knickknacks and tools that are more for exploration and keeping everything tied down and packed up tight for more combat oriented movements. Don't want stuff flying off whenever you're fighting and whirling. It's very, very unbecoming.
At some point, we'll have to have a discussion whether or not you've been pouring TUs and money into improving the eclipse. We'll have to do that outside.
It's kind of hard to pour money when you're down here without money.
It goes to the magical Quentin Bank and gets there.
I don't trust
it's being invested.
I think I'd rather put my money. I think I'd rather put my money in a mattress.
It's probably safer there, let's be honest. It is not very safe.
There's about a 5% chance that anything you invest with me gets scattered across the astral plane this morning.
So as you head down into the cavern, I need we'll start with each of you in turn. And we'll start with you, Quentin. Roll me 2d6.
2d6 being rolled. That
Let me
is
know if
7 total. 2 and a 5.
A 2 and a 5. All right. As you go, nothing happens for the first hour of walking as you work your way through the caverns. Do you guys have light, or are you all in dark vision these days?
We're all dark vision.
Yes.
In that case, we'll go to Rangram. Roll me 2d6. Let me know if you get a 1.
2 and a 5.
All right. The second hour passes without any interference. Oh, your turn.
All right. Not gonna believe this. It's a 2 and a 5.
I believe it. Shandakul has obviously blessed your passage because you are having no interference, which brings us to Sagander, 2d6.
I got a 1.
All right.
3 and a 1.
Had a standard going and you dropped the standard.
Look, I'm really distracted. All
This
right.
is
Obvious.
This is good though. I love a random encounter table. I think.
Yeah.
You're almost to the main north-south cavern that Varot tells you leads you to the city of the glass pool. But from far up ahead, you hear the faint sound of combat in the distance. The echoing of clashing metal and the roar of spells reach your ears, even from this distance. What would you like to do?
Here. Quick, Quentin.
Yes.
What do you think it is?
Are we in the Cave of the Many Bats or one of the tunnels past the Cave of the
You were 3 hours outside of the Cave of Many Bats. You think you're almost to the main north-south passage.
Got it.
Where you meet back in. You're going from the grills down to the many bad things, perhaps the Temple of Jubilex.
Right.
Well, one of the 2 people fighting is probably a potential ally, so we should close and
Render assistance.
yes.
All right.
I push Rangram.
The party's in agreement. You're heading forward.
Up,
Yes.
Up.
It only takes you a couple of minutes to come down, and you come out the side of a large cavern that extends like you're about the midpoint, maybe a third of the way down, hard to tell, of a long cavern that extends about half mile and is quite wide, but is also quite low. So instead of being like 80 feet, it's only about 20 feet. And in among all of the stalagmites and stalactites, you see a number of dead hulks. Both the the umber and the viridian type.
There's a russet?
And a russet one that you haven't seen before. In amongst, there are about 12 of them. And also, with them would appear to have been 4 mind flayers. They are dead on the ground with the fleshy membrane that Hayor told them slowly receding as the parasite is losing its grip on the human host. Standing over them are about a dozen very thin human creatures wearing weird Baroque styled armor. And when I say thin, I mean like emaciatedly thin, like their skin is hugging close to their cheeks. And they don't seem to have any flesh on them at all. And their eyes are kind of bulgy and sticking out. And they have these ridiculously weird, spiky hairstyles. And the leader has an enormous greatsword that looks to be made out of pure silver. Are you hiding?
Enemy of my enemy?
Are they standing victorious over?
They are standing victorious. The main one, the one with that silver greatsword, is yanking his big sword out of the dead mind flayer. And looks up and sees you.
Oh.
And they start falling back into a defensive position.
Good work.
History check.
Sure, this is going to be a hard one. They're not from around these parts.
You're not around these parts. What's they gonna be with? They don't have to be around these parts.
Usually, that's the history part. They were around these parts.
24. Get around.
It's a really good roll.
Fighter
Random
and a scholar.
Looks at these things with that style of armor and the weaponry. You were able to pull out a word from your memories. I believe it's Githyanki.
Why is that ringing a bell? Githyanki, Githyanki, Githyanki. Quentin.
He shouts up at you, and then you see he has a choker on, and it echoes his voice, and goes, Suzanne.
I start cycling through
times.
through languages. I'm speaking Goblin. I'm speaking Elvish. I'm speaking Undercommon. And see if any of them happen to align with what they're...
No. He slaps it again. Ah, there we are.
Yes, we can understand. No, back.
Greetings and salutations, Primes. Your saviors are at hand. We are the Githyanki, and we have come from beyond the stars to slay these foul things that prey upon you. Feel free to shower us with love and affection and tribute.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and grab some of those 100 gold point gems and toss them at them.
I like the disconnect between what we hear versus what is translated.
Mhm.
Down at your the gems. Ah, there's an excellent first step. We applaud you for your willingness. So, my newfound friends, we are searching these foul creatures, and we have triangulated them to this point here on your backwards plane.
Backwards?
Probably.
That's not quite right. I mean, not even remotely civilized.
Wow.
A little more hurtful.
I am sorry, but I am trying just to call things as they are. So, have you seen any more of these foul creatures? We wish to render them no longer living.
Well,
Absolutely.
like a whole city of them.
Yes,
We're
we have.
actually going to find them ourselves.
We're off to kill.
What a fortuitous happenstance!
Just imagine we're all standing, we're like standing 50 feet away from one another, staring, all confused.
They are grim-faced warriors with blood splattered all over their armor still, and you watch as the Illithid fight, and that little tadpole pops off of it, and it's a skull still has that hole in the back of it where the Illithids first reached in and extracted the brain, and then the Illithid the tadpole just kind of vanishes into ichor and then dispels. That's it. Well, that's one more of those little buggers that have been vanquished.
Are you here to only fight and slay Illithid or Aboleth as well?
It would appear that my orders are to focus upon the Illithids. These creatures you call Aboleth are not even of the slightest concern to me.
The Illithid's bosses.
Sorry, Aboleths are not of the slightest concern to me.
Yes.
Do you know the way to where we can find more of them? We would be ever so much grateful.
Yes.
Yes. Two locations.
2 locations?
Indeed.
Aye! That'll be an extraordinary amount of killing. Are you not excited?
We're
little
very
bit.
excited.
Just
Really,
a little.
really
little.
confused.
Why are you confused? Was that internal monologue?
I don't know. It could have been either.
Okay.
Remember, Stigander, not a lot of intelligence going on in here. Words just come out.
It would seem that our astral skiffs are not able to triangulate here with too much precision because of this weird radiance that we have encountered in this area.
It's called
I
Feds
did.
Reds.
Yes, it is.
It is rather a pain in the patootie.
Limit your divination or you will bleed from your orifices.
Don't know if they use magic.
Usually it's us that make other people bleed in such a manner.
Us too.
My name is Karianas. What might you be called, oh strange newcomers? Sorry, primes.
Rangrim.
Boop, whiz bang.
Liege Quinton Call.
Stigander?
Together
I will
we
do
form.
my best to remember that.
No, tell you. He's not gonna remember.
It's okay. I'm not going to remember him either.
I am Karanos. This is Benor and Irius. And it is happiness beyond compare for us to meet you in this place.
The pleasure is ours.
I don't know what plane of existence they're from, but I really want to go there just to experience this.
They seem
They're
so
fr-
jolly.
There will
Grimly
be-
jolly.
Remember, the face I'm making when I'm speaking is not their face. Their face is a lot of teeth, very sunken cheeks, and it looks like they all need to be fed a whole lot more than they actually are. If they've been left out in the sun to leather, their skin is all turned to leather.
Nice.
And you got like very bulbous bones on their elbows and their knees. Their collarbones stick up out of their like almost raise up through their skin ever so much. And they got this one. The leader has this weird little hairstyle that kind of like spirals up into a spike. It looks like he waxed it at some point.
Are you hungry and do you eat meat?
We appreciate your efforts at hospitality, but nothing you have is in the slight bit of interest to us.
Oh, I think that means our information too, so we should just keep going. It was nice meeting you.
Oh, au contraire. I understand that you know the way where there are more lithids, so there can be a lot more killing.
Well, the issue is it's not just illithid, it is also aboleth, and you're not concerned with them, so we're just going to take care of it ourselves, I think.
No. I mean, illithids, better some help than no help, right? Look at what they did here. They did good work. You did good work. Good work.
Thank you, Prime.
It's like,
Your observation of the obvious is beyond compare. Mwah!
Oh boy.
Stigander like turns around so like in case he reads lips or something like that, so she can speak to Quentin. What makes you think that they're not going to stab us in the back as soon as we tell them where to go?
We don't tell them where to go. They follow us. There.
They could still stab us in the back. I don't know. They just put me off.
They seem very bound towards their mission.
I mean,
No, go ahead and tell them.
do you want to show them the map or just have them follow us?
I'm not showing them my map. Our map.
It's going to be several days through these tunnels. We're headed towards a settlement where there are illithid. We wish to see them slain as well. And then there will be more past that. Will you follow us?
Wait, do you mean that you are walking the whole way like suckers?
Well, it's not like there are lightning rails in this place.
You have a faster method of transportation?
We are not aware of what this lightning rail is, but it's probably some prime convention. What we have is a skiff. If you will show us the way, we will take you there.
Aren't we supposed to be clearing out the path for people to follow us?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Shall we be on our way? Haste is urgent.
How many people can fit on a skiff?
12.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And do not worry. We will not all have to go. Myself and my 2 assistants and 3 crew. may fill out the rest with your bulbous, kind of weighty bodies.
Oh, but we traveled together.
On the same skiff.
Wait, I thought he was saying we had to split up.
No.
Okay.
That there's room enough
Helm's
for us.
12. We will take
Yeah.
6. And you can take 6.
I think we're 5 right now.
But again,
I'm assuming Delirious is kind of shadowy, although 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it is 5.
Mm-hmm.
so again, the question is path.
We have more that will follow us. We need to clear the tunnel to reach the Illithid so they can follow quickly and safely. Journey with us via the slower method. We may encounter more Illithid.
That's true. They seem to be attracted to us.
It's true.
This is very curious. You're with us now, the ultimate Illithid slain race in all of the multiverse. You have no need for any others. They are extraneous.
Yeah,
Like,
small
again,
flesh.
there's things other than Illithids.
What? How long have you been down here? Do you know of any large openings to the Underdark?
We have been down here in less than one solar rotation.
Less than that day.
And it was a good thing, too. We discovered this group right here. They seem to be heading towards the path that you just came from.
Yes, they can sense our presence.
Mm-hmm.
We are their enemies.
Ah, you will make excellent bait. I mean, lure to draw them forth.
That means the same thing.
Hmm.
So, just devil's advocate here. What if we did travel with them? What's the worst that could happen? We clear out the city of the glass pools more easily and more quickly.
That's if they're not planning to stab us in the back.
That is true.
I think they
Or-
would stab us in the front.
And apparently,
That is quite possible.
cheer jubilantly as they did so.
Ah,
They all have that same smile.
I don't know.
Quickly,
yes. Let's do it. I vote we do it.
What
Makes
about
sense.
all of the people who are supposed to be following us?
They could still help with the aboleth. Maybe not.
They'll be they'll be waylaid by any kind of leftover the fights we leave between.
we just tell them that we're taking we're walking it. We have that. If they want to know the path, they can follow us.
Standard.
Not-
So you're telling well, I want to ask a clarifying question really quick. Rangrim, you're saying that we tell them these Githyanki that we're going there to clear the path and they can follow us if they want.
They want to know the way to the elephant. That's
Okay.
a route.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what were you going to say, Quentin?
I was going to ask if your sword is knows of another way to the surface at the city of the glass pool.
I have to figure out how I'm carrying that.
Your sword?
Mm-hmm.
You a scabbard?
No.
Okay.
I can paint you one.
I'll put a rope loop on your back.
Yeah.
Intelligent.
It's like
and she
paint me
can-
it like a.
She'll draw herself.
Okay.
I did hear Quentin offer to do something. He could make a scabbard.
Be cool, like a little back scabbard. Anyways, Brat, I like look over my shoulder.
Yes, darling. What's up?
Any words of wisdom when it comes to these creatures get Yankee? Have you ever come across anything like that?
No, I have never run into a Githyanki.
Nope.
They seem to hate the Illithids. They seem to be capable fighters.
All true.
I
all
would not trust them though.
true. My thoughts exactly. Does she talk out loud or telepathically?
Depends. When she's talking to the group, she speaks out loud in Elven.
Okay.
When she can telepathic with you. I assume this is telepathic.
Okay. Vrat doesn't think.
She's not like Siri, where she's constantly listening in. You have to pretty much. Hey, Vrat. Yes.
Okay. All right. When you were like, what? And I was like, okay, I got to relay. Vrat says that she hasn't come across any kind of creatures like these Githyanki, but she doesn't think we can trust them. Or she wouldn't trust them.
Come, would you like to see our fabulous flying ship? It must be a wonder to such primes as yourselves.
No, we got one too.
I'm sure you do.
I kind of like what Rengrim said, like, let's just keep going and they can follow us if they want.
Skiff, didn't the map, the treasure map say something about a ship in the stone?
Yes.
Yeah, but
And this is kind of the general location, right?
I thought that was one of the mistakes.
I thought we were warned off of.
No, we did. No, we went the hook horrors route.
No,
Okay.
You skipped the hook horrors. You went down to Beyond Lies the Ship Trap and Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, we did go that way.
I was gonna say that's not what was in my notes. But yeah.
Say, have you seen a large vessel trapped in stone in your solar rotation that you've spent here?
But of course, Hapless Prime. That would have been one of our scout ships that was sent out. Unfortunately, its crew was killed, and one of the and a stowaways have since taken it over. Be dangerous to go that way. You'll encounter the fierce creatures known as the Grell.
Well, we're going that way. I say we go with what Rengrim said. Let's just keep going.
Sure.
Leave them in suspense.
Follow if you wish.
Ah, I think you are choosing very poorly.
It's slower, but we're still gonna get there. We're still gonna kill some illithid, so we just kill things along the way too.
But the astral skiff is a much more faster form of conveyance than your spore shoes.
Slow and steady. Slow and steady. We'll see how many illithid we kill at the end. Yeah?
We'll see you there.
Competition.
Oh, well, if I may suggest, why don't you go spend some quality time with your mother?
You leave my mother out of this.
He waves his hand and they walk away, and they follow after him.
We keep on our path.
They're just pissed
Alrighty.
because they could use a good meal.
They could.
Hangry?
Oh, they're so skinny.
Yep.
They're all hangry all the time.
I bet their skiff isn't even half as cool as lightning rails over in Eberron. They have the coolest lightning rails. It's kind of like it's like a carriage, but it's like on a line. It goes really fast. And go cross country like that.
Sounds amazing.
Clicky, clack,
Really
clicky,
cool.
clack, clicky. But he doesn't know the territory. So, as you head south from the Githyanki encounter, Quentin, roll me 2d6, please.
2d6. 6 and a 1.
All right, roll me a 12 and an 8.
12 and an 8. The rare 12. Do I have a d12?
I know I have
Do
to
it.
drag these dice out of you.
That is 3 on the d12, 1 on the 8.
All right.
That is my least rolled dice.
Mhm. It is. It's the way of the D12. All right. As you go down after an hour, you come across what looks to be a group of oh heavens, I gotta roll that die. 3 trolls that are all dead.
No.
They've been cut up, and someone has set fire to them.
Wow.
Good. That's how you do
Awesome.
it.
Problem solved.
Engram,
What?
roll 2d6. Let me know if you get a 1.
I was gonna say, do we identify what killed them?
If you want to. Looks to you after some investigation that Githyanki killed them.
I knew to burn them. Interesting. They knew more about our plane than I would have thought. 9, 4 and a 5.
All right. Time passes. Well, you're able to make another hour journey without any problem. Bope, 2d6.
1 and a 5.
1 and a 5. Roll me a d8, d12.
That's a 7 and a 10.
All right. So the 17.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I know. You've killed us all.
The long game.
Haha, you thought you'd
Since you rolled it, you notice it. As you are making your way through the cave, you see little motes of light dancing around some of the stalagmites.
Ooh. Fireplace.
And then when you turn your head to look at it, the light winks out.
Is it the moth people? Do you see that, Quentin?
I believe I do.
Hmm. Can I hear anything? Okay.
Is my
No,
microphone picking that up?
Hmm?
Is my microphone picking that up?
No.
Ooh, microphone.
Oh,
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Cave dolphins.
pixies.
Yep. You immediately recognize these forest gnomes.
down here.
Hmm?
Just
Hello,
trying to think.
friends. Whoa. Just passing through. Not looking for any trouble. Watch out.
Passage is a gift. Do you speak Sylvan?
I do not.
Our Sylvan speaker went back to ranching.
Oh.
Well, one went back to ranching, one died. So
Yeah.
Passage is a gift. It says in common.
Oh, yes. Oh, how about some information?
That's boring.
That's what?
That's boring.
Boring. What about information that could save your lives?
Mm-hmm. Like what?
So,
Sounds boring.
there are 3 individuals walking around this cavern that will likely annihilate you if you get anywhere near them.
Huh?
Who?
Oops.
2, 3?
What?
Tall, bony, hungry looking.
That's you?
Oh,
That's
no,
me,
there,
right?
there are four of us. Four?
Five.
Five.
of
1,
us.
2, 3.
Five.
What? 5?
Yes.
Oh, not you.
Correct. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is boring. Bad gift.
Okay.
Again.
How about a little show? And I start casting dancing lights and juggling the globes. And they start changing colors into blue, into green, into purple. And the minor
You get little
illusions. Some
fingers.
music.
You hear little hands clapping.
Do,
I do that with my flute.
Yes.
Much better. Also, you're cool.
Oh, thank you.
do you eat
after
meat?
the dance goes off, they lose interest and wander off. And their little blinking lights go in different directions.
Oh my goodness, they're all so cute.
What are they doing down here?
I was going to ask them, but we seem to have appeased them and can continue on our merry way.
All right. Stagander, roll me 2d6.
Oh, I'm not ready. 6 and a 3.
All right. You don't run any random encounters, but instead,
Ooh.
you notice ahead of you there's some low spots in the cavern. It's just very uneven, and what you thought was a bit of mud, you saw it ripple of its own accord. And you notice it's a deep black and has almost a pudding-like consistency.
like guys,
Hmm.
beware pudding.
Can we avoid it?
It hasn't seemed to have reacted to you yet.
Can we,
We should-
go around it?
We should
Can
probably
get
kill
it?
it if we're clearing the way for future.
Oh, right.
Oh, you're right.
Oh.
There's a reason why we're walking.
Actually, we should have made friends with the pixies if we're going to have
Oh.
friends following us
Yes.
next time.
Let's see. Cast Chill Touch on the pudding.
Blast.
All right. Is that a hit attack roll?
Yes.
All right. Make your attack roll.
That is a natural 20.
Ooh.
That will definitely hit my black pudding.
Okay. So that is that's pretty good. Just for expediency, I'll just double it. That is 20. Nope. Thought it'd be quicker. It's not. That's
If you want to do
30.
max damage, we can do
30.
that.
It's 38. It's a lot. 38 necrotic
All right.
on a cantrip.
The black pudding is chill touched and moves towards you. Arrows rain down upon it, possibly a hammer, and the black pudding is dispatched.
All right.
Okay.
Done.
Another 50 feet, you run into it. You see there's another pudding.
Well, these boots are made for walking.
We are heading towards a shrine to Jubilex, right?
That's what your map says.
Mhm.
Puddings. Used to like pudding.
What's a Jubilex?
It's a
God of
demon
oozes.
prince. It's not a god. It's a demon prince.
Thank you.
Sounds terrible.
It is pretty terrible.
I rolled a 24, 15, and 29 to hit the next one.
Blam! You were able to blow that one to pieces. Only problem is, it's you do this for the next mile,
Grindy.
and
Ooh, yeah.
and that is when you also notice that the ceiling is starting to get covered with green slime.
Oh no.
Turn
and
around.
you run into some other ones. Gray oozes are starting to show up as well.
Oh god.
Do we try to find an alternate path around, like a side passage?
Like a skiff.
No, like a side passage.
I can try to scout for one.
Would you like to do that one? Go back? Stigander?
What's the consensus of the entire group?
But we're just looking for a different path.
The big map says beware wormholes, so there might very well be some side passages. Right?
Plus worms.
Well, I mean, potato pudding.
That's a new one.
I think I don't know. I'm willing to continue.
Yeah, this seems low risk.
Till you get dissolved, Bope.
Is that the plan? Or go back, look for side passages, or push on through the oozes? Although you're going to have more danger now because every time you make noise, green slime drops from the ceiling on you.
I could cast a pass without a trace. We could.
But then we're not clearing the path.
It defeats the purpose.
Okay.
Unless many bad things, perhaps temple. Clear the temple, clear the ooze.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is like, what if we destroy the temple or the shrine to Jubilex and that disperses? What if that's the reason why there are so many oozes over here?
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't really know how oozes, propagate. But
You all seem to know more about demons than I do.
Are the Gith still following behind? Or do they?
They're not following you.
Okay.
They went the wrong way.
They did.
They flew over the oozes in their skiff. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go find the source.
Go to the temple. So in which case we will be sneaking.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
All right, cast your spell. At that point, I don't think anybody can actually, my oozes, unless I got something that could actually pick you up. Oh, wait, I got blind sight.
Ah, crap.
Does that see through your pass without a trace?
I don't know.
Invisibility.
Stealth.
It's just a
Yeah.
better stealth, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it sees through.
But blind sight allows you to see people's stealthing, isn't it?
It's see through like invisibility and darkness and stuff like that. Normally.
Right.
But
Which we're not.
I'll leave that final decision up to you. Stealth seems perception based. So if it were, I don't know, maybe if it were me, I would do like advantage on perception for them or whatever.
Oh, they cannot be fooled by. They are blindsided because they have no eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to say that you're trying to be very, very, very quiet. So what is your blind sight? What is your stealth with all the bonuses?
Rolling.
Yep.
Oh no, just I want to know what your bonuses are. Are you a plus?
Pass without a trace will give +10
Okay.
to everyone.
So
All right, they cannot detect you as you pass without a trace. You start working your way through the oozes. And
See
there
anything
are
that looks like a temple or altar?
Excuse me.
well, eventually, as the passageway gets down, you come to an ooze fall off to the side.
Like
It's-
a waterfall?
Yeah, it looks like it would have been a waterfall, but it's a wide cavern mouth up on a ledge to your right. And it looks like water that once flowed down is actually just all ooze, gray ooze, just oozing down. side into a pool at the bottom, and Vark goes, "Oh, I remember this place now. It was a portal to the elemental plane of water, though. What? Oh, someone must have tainted the."
Where was the portal once? Was it in the pool?
Your sword points up towards the cavern where the ooze fall is coming from.
Looks like where we're going. Scanner, think you can find us a route?
Yeah, I could scout ahead and throw up some pythons so you guys can follow.
Works for me.
Only downside is that the floor is flowing gray ooze. So you'll either need to fly or spider climb on the wall, or
I think that's what
Dimension door?
Rangrim.
the dimension door.
Yeah,
If you can see where you were going.
I think that's what Rangrim was trying to imply. It was like climb along the wall. Since Stygander has a climbing speed, I can go across and like put in pythons for everyone to kind of click to.
Oh, do you have flight ready?
Always. And I can get. I mean, do you have flight?
I got my broom.
Okay. Do I have to bring Delirious?
Like
Ooh,
a really long time ago, I got this potion of flying, and I've been holding on to it for a special occasion. Someone can use it if they want. That feels like
special.
now.
Yeah.
It will last for 1 hour.
That's
Nice.
better than my spell. It's only 10 minutes. But then I could just cast it at 4th level and get me and Rangrim.
Okay. I will hold on to it.
Oh, could I just cast it at 3rd level and you carry me, Rangrim?
I mean, yes. I'm literally have weapons heavier than you.
I'll hold on really tight.
Can he wield you like a shield?
Wait, so I'm sorry. We're going up to the top of a waterfall, and then assuming there's a path there, or what?
It goes, it's up, so you don't have a straight, direct line of sight to it. So it's like up about 20 feet. The entire cavern is about 30 feet. It's a 10-foot tall hole in the side of the wall that gray ooze is coming out of.
Basically, we gotta go. We gotta go.
You
find
have to fly directly up to look down to see what's going on, or you have to climb up the wall like Scanner did.
The benefit, too, of us all flying is that we stay close to Stygander and pass without trace. Right?
Which is what's keeping you from having to make any sort of stealth checks with all the oozes.
We're whispering.
This is Cone of Whisper. We're talking, but our characters are whispering. I call Cone of Whisper.
Right. So we are gonna fly then. Yeah.
All right. So Stygander, you're drinking your potion.
I was gonna climb the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna save the potion for an emergency.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I will cast Fly at 3rd level on Rangrim and hug his calf.
All right. As you fly up and Stygander scales up the wall, Bope is on Rangrim. Quentin, are you on your broom?
I am.
Okay. You get up to the top and you can see there's a twisting passageway, and you don't have a more than 50 feet at a time before it twists one way or the other. There's green slime across the top of it, and there's a horrible feeling of dread coming from this place.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any ability to resist fear as you go in?
Nope.
All right. One level of dread applies as you go through, and there's green slime on the ceiling, and the floor is flowing ooze.
So at this point, would I have to take my potion in order to be able, because I'm not going to be able to climb on the walls?
You can go on the wall, ceiling and floor.
Walls are fine.
Oh, okay.
Shimmy on the walls. For now.
Might as well do it.
I mean, it only lasts for an hour, so I would rather use it at last cause.
I think that's fair.
Might need it for the way out.
So you're climbing?
Yep. I'm going to climb
All right.
until I absolutely can't do so any longer.
All right, you climb for up there and you start working your way down. It twists to the left as it goes. And as I said, when I say the floor is flowing ooze, it's a very slow move. So you can actually see.
It's not the fast ooze that they saw under the city.
No. As you fly forward, can I have everyone make me a wisdom check? Or sorry, perception check. Wisdom perception check.
At least it's not negative.
Ooh.
And now it's still negative.
Oh, wait,
Would be
it
a
is disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yes, please.
Well, actually, is
You would be
it
a
a perception? I mean, visual or?
It is a visual.
All right.
Which you are all in dark vision, which means everything's in dim light, so you have disadvantage in all perception checks anyway. So disadvantage.
16.
Well,
9.
10.
So you're all sticking closest to Gander?
Yes.
Gander. You go around that first corner and you notice barely visible some sort of weird sheen across the cavern, like the entire tunnel ahead of you. It just caught your eye barely, like if you look at through a piece of saran wrap at just right angle, you see a little bit of the
Like I
a
put my
little
hand
bit
up
of
to
the
make everybody
reflection.
stop flying behind me.
Like a chop.
Hmm.
You don't trip it?
See, like a
Passageway is about 20 feet across here.
Some
Ding.
type of
like a
throw
Yes.
something at it.
I'm going to send a mage
No.
hand forward to poke it.
Your mage hand dents it,
Like Jello.
and it can kind of see the stretch marks as whatever you're pushing into. Like as I said, it's like pushing into a piece of saran wrap of cling wrap.
Is it unable to break through?
Unable to break through.
Hmm.
It does cause whatever it is to agitate.
Oh
And
dear.
you watch as it starts moving towards you,
Oh.
and you hear a weird
It's alive.
noise as it moves forward. It's
So-
moving forward.
Giant cube.
How big's the tunnel here? Like the face of it that we're seeing?
20 feet across, and it seems to fill it from side to side.
A giant cube.
It's a giant gelatinous. It's a gargantuan gelatinous cube, and
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
moving towards you.
Oh, Jesus.
Initiative?
So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and roll initiative.
It's
We're gonna do
appropriate.
this old school style.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage for everybody but me.
My advantage then means I roll 1 dice. Haha.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled really well.
all righty. Who got high?
22?
Oh,
Ooh,
22.
but
I also
19
got
was
22.
good. Jeez.
You also got 22, Stigander?
Yeah.
Which one of you has the higher dex?
Stigander.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I heard a 19 from Vope.
Pope.
What did you get over there?
21.
21? Why don't we even roll initiative anymore?
That's the best initiative I've seen in a while.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
8
well.
last time. That-
Kind of like the old way where you just roll d6 and whoever got higher, that your side went first. So party wins initiative, which makes sense. I'm a cube,
Yeah.
and so the cube is moving towards you. Stigander.
There's not anything that I could brace myself against, so I can shoot is there?
Absolutely. You have a climb speed. You just hook your foot underneath of that, put your foot knee against the wall, and just
All
lean
right.
out. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Epic.
Right.
You're a gloom stalker.
I'm a gloom stalker. I was double checking this. So I'm gonna hit this guy with my favored foe. I'm double checking. Now I have something to do with my bonus action. Now I'm like, okay, what's a bonus action just in case? So as a bonus action, I am going to pull out Rot and be like, if you want to participate, then now is the time.
Let us cleave these things. We shall turn this jelly into marmalade.
I like her spunk.
Do it.
That is gonna be a 16 to hit.
With your arrow?
Yeah, that's in an arrow.
All right, it does hit, but your arrow just goes into it and then just drifts there as the cube continues to slide along.
So it's not gonna do anything.
Has no practical effect.
No practical effect. Okay. I think. All right, so I'm gonna be using this. This is gonna be a nice test of my new sword. I have to use a bonus action though to get it to work. So I pulled it out, and I'm like, okay, piercing weapons aren't gonna work. And I just like shuffle away a little bit.
All right, and in which case it flies forward and make an attack roll. It's going to move 30 feet out.
Does she have disadvantage as well, or?
That's ability checks only.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to attack rolls. Were you putting disadvantage on your? Although it didn't matter, you hit.
I did, but I rolled 2
7s.
7s, so I rolled 2 7s, so it didn't really matter anyways.
Piercing. It is immune to piercing damage.
Okay, immune to piercing damage. That is. Oh gosh, I haven't done all the math to add to all of my stuff yet. So with my stuff,
just do D10 plus 3 plus your dexterity.
Which ones are D10s? I never use those.
They look like 8s.
With extra
Thanks.
Sides.
All right,
Yes.
so you said
bonus sides
plus my dexterity plus her stuff.
So it's
that's
D10 plus 8, assuming you have a 20 dex.
Yep. So that is 14 points
Whoosh.
of swishing damage.
A piece of it cuts off. Apparently, it's not immune to slashing damage.
Go for
And
that.
that was attack and a bonus action.
Yep.
That brings us to Quentin.
I unleash a stream of profanities at it. Olaf Plindos, darkness take you, and hit it with the Hexblade's curse to give it a little extra damage. And I'm going to then point my rapier at it and try to Eldritch Blast it 3 times.
Okay.
So rolling here in D&D Beyond, that is 23 to hit, and
Yes.
I'm just going to roll the attacks first here. 27 to hit.
Yep.
And last one a 20 to hit.
All hits.
Okay.
My armor class is a 6.
So we got 15 piercing, 16. Sorry, not piercing.
Force.
This would be force. So 15 and then 16, and the last one is, wait for it, 13.
All right.
And also 30 feet of knockback, 10 on each one. It goes back 10, 10, 10. Back, demon, back.
Yeah, it is immune to that.
Oh.
The force hitting goes into it, it just ripples, and the force just travels through it.
No knockback. Okay.
What?
I'm done.
All right, next person is the Rangram.
I guess we can get at 20 feet away and just start throwing hammers at it.
Throw your hammer at it, and it bends in with the hammer, and then hobbles back, and you realize it is also immune to bludgeoning damage.
Cool. I'm got nothing.
You have no extra weapons anywhere.
Nope. Not that
okay.
they're all piercing and bludgeoning.
Okay. No slashing?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Bope.
Oh boy. That's gargantuan, huh? That's pretty big. Yeah. Thinking of saving this for later, but then thinking better of it as watching my compatriots do as well. I will take out my special broken, charred, and rotting acorn, smash it in my hand, and throw a disintegration ray at it.
Oh, turn.
Surely, it can't make a dex
I
save.
rolled a nat 1. Because my ooze is unable to jump out of the way.
All right, so
I gotta stop saying that. The ooze rolls a nat 1.
you know what? Maybe it is easier to just use shard. Okay. I mean, of course it is. Such a great,
Well, we're doing a little bit of theater of the mind now. We could make use of shard just for the die rolls, even if
Yeah,
we're not
that's
using-
sorry. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, go ahead and use
Thinking
that.
All the oops, that was prismatic spray. Sorry. All right, there we go. So that is altogether now 76 points of force damage.
76?
Yes.
Oh man, lots of math. Alrighty. A huge hole is just blasts in the middle of it. And then
Oh dear.
it fills up, but it's definitely weakened from your assault.
Back, Rangram, back.
And the cube continues to flow forward. Boom, 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 boom. Stagander, roll me a dexterity saving throw to see if your sword gets caught.
Oh no. Oh, since this is about an ability check, does that dread work on
It is a saving throw, not an ability check.
I have such a hard time with those. Dexterity saving throw. Oh, my page is in my hand. That is a 22.
Your sword leaps out of the way and is slashing and doing a retreat as it comes forward. However, the the cube is now right next to you. Because it started 30 feet away and it's now moved up 30 feet. Next round will be on top of you.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Stagander?
Well, I'm gonna back away.
Okay.
I'm gonna use
That
my
will
35.
provoke unless you have something that prevents me from prevents it from provoking.
No, I got nothing to
Alrighty.
prevent
In that case, dang it.
other than my stunning.
16 doesn't hit you, does it?
Does not.
Okay. I roll it.
And then I will use the bonus action to have Rat move forward and attack.
All right. Oh, are you disengaging, by the way?
Yeah,
My opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I will disengage and.
Well, I rolled my opportunity attack, so you don't have to. But,
okay.
But I shouldn't have rolled it if you were disengaging. Anyway, roll for me.
I'm just getting out of the way. Let's be honest.
Fair enough.
That is going to be a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Where'd that D10 go? There it is. That is 17 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Another big chunk of it goes off. It's starting to look a lot more wobbly now. Quentin.
Is Rangram normally wield a one-handed or two-handed weapon?
Right. Recently, it's been a one-hander. He's got a shield on the other arm.
Okay, it's like a longsword. Okay. I use my action to focus into Will a black-bladed longsword, packed of the blade weapon, which will disappear after a minute if it's more than 5 feet away from me. But in that minute, Rangram can do a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Use it well, friend, and I hand you a longsword.
The only problem is I'm carrying a bow. That means I now have to get next to this.
Technically, I'm carrying. I mean,
Well, either way, you've got options. You're not completely defenseless.
Oh,
So I'll
jump
do
on my
that,
back.
and then a bonus action disengage to move back.
Sling the hammer on the belt while I grab the sword.
Actually, Bo, but you can jump on the broom with me if you want.
Can I?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah. With Bope's weighs like 17 pounds in a whisper.
Very small.
And miniature Schnauzer's almost as big as Pope.
Fly,
Alrighty.
Rangram, fly.
You summon the sword into existence. Rangram grabs it because Rangram's next.
Feels cold and
Bope
filled with
leaps
hate.
over to Quentin's broom.
And
And it's
Rangram will-
Rangram's turn, unless Quentin has anything more.
Once Bope has been successfully offloaded, the weapon gauged, he'll let the hate flow through him and
All right, do it to me.
and
Do
zip
it to my
in.
cube. Make my cube into a polyhedron.
It's a long sword, right?
Yes.
So versatile, I assume.
Yep.
So I still have the shield on, so it's gonna probably just have to be the D8. All right, so 3 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, none of them are nat ones.
Say to Bo, I love seeing him work.
It's mesmerizing.
By the way, Quentin, good inspiration if you don't have it already.
I don't. Thank you.
That was a good plan.
That was really cool with the weapon.
Nothing like a good hate blade.
In the dark vision, with your dark vision, it's like a bit of darkness inside of the actual darkness around it, because everything is in black and white. But that sling where that sword is just pitch black.
34 damage altogether.
Altogether?
Yep.
Slash, swing, slash, and that pushes me over 200 hit points. And the cube falls into pieces. Blam, 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 sploosh, splash.
Look at the sword. Look at the cube. Look at the sword. Huh.
And the
really
way
heavy.
beyond is clear. And around the bend awaits for you Temple, the Shrine to Jubilex. That is something we will have to address next week.
Next time on Velkyn Weave.
Are we ready for the oozes? So, Leo, what you got for us here on our outgo?
I have got a thing as I hold on, I lost it in my tabs. Oh, here we go.
My bad.
Don't leave yet. The Mists are next. The Mistwalkers have found a moment of peace in the Felt's Court Springs camp for elves and the other youngsters. But the Mists are never forgiving for long. Will the peace be shattered or will merit badges be awarded? And check out our friends over on Dirty Deeds on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. EST. An old mentor has resurfaced for one of the crew. Instead of bringing guidance and wisdom, however, he has brought conflict and despair as he attempts to rid Eberron of the flaws of the flesh.
And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. You want to hit that like button, hit that subscribe bell, ring it, get those notifications. That's the best way in order to get our content if you're not able to catch every single show as it airs, because all shows will be uploaded. The Velkyn Weave, Dirty Deeds, The Mists, all of our short shots, Whiskey Magic and Destruction from back when they return. So many opportunities, so many shows to watch, and that's the place to leave your comments and feedback to help us turn these and make these into better content for everyone. So check it out.
And a humongous thank you to Shard Tabletop for sponsoring this show. Just go to the link in chat to check it out yourself and use the code TGTShard20 to get 20% discount on subscriptions.
And you can see Shard in action when it saved Bope from a whole lot of die rolling in the middle of our combat. Yay, Shard! Anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. Until next we meet, may adventure find you. Now have fun with the amazing teams bringing you to the mists. Good night, everyone.